In today's Adventures in Line, we're going to use descriptive, implied, and expressive lines to create a composition. But first, let's consider some things before we start. I want you to think about the diverse types of lines that you saw in the painting by Julie Minoretto. I want you to think about the different lines and how they can represent and how they represented feelings, emotions, and ideas. While we're working, I'm going to ask you to think about the following words when we get to expressive lines. Those words are aggressive, delicate, soft, energetic, strong, balanced, explosive, swift, blunt, graceful, powerful, and rhythmic. What you're going to need for our art assignment today for studio session are a couple of sheets of white drawing paper. Mine is about 90 pounds. Drawing paper. We're going to need a pen, a pencil. Any pencil will do, but I have a variety of pencils from F to HB to 2B. It helps to have an eraser as well. If you only have a regular big pen, that would be fine. But you could also have brush pen, like this Pentel brush pen. That'll give you a nice expressive line. You're also going to need colored pencils, a Sharpie, or any black marker. Be careful with the Sharpie. Just know that it can bleed through paper. So if you're working on very thin, light paper, it can go through to your tabletop. So you want to make sure that you keep that in mind. We also are going to need markers, and if you have it available, a ruler would be great too. First thing we're going to do is practice some of the descriptive lines and implied lines and expressive lines that you see in the painting. So we're going to divide our paper into rectangles. So I'm going to fold that paper in half. And then I'll fold it in half again. And our goal here is to use each one of these sections to practice those lines and to get the different line variations down. So in the first box, I'm going to write in descriptive lines. In the second box, I'm going to write in implied lines. And in the last box, we'll write in expressive lines, just to keep track of what we're doing. If you want, you can write your name on the back. And you can have some fun with this. And we'll do this. And then, of course, in the last box, expressive. Let's write that in, and then we'll start. To give you guys a clue as to what those could look like. Now that we have all those down, we can go ahead and just remember what the definition to each one of those lines was. Remember that a line is just a dot or a point that is moving through space or moving from one point to another. That's what a line is. It's a continuous mark. Implied lines are lines that actually are indicated indirectly in artworks at the edges or where two shapes meet. Expressive lines are lines that are produced to express an idea or a feeling or a mood. For example, like the words we talked about earlier, graceful or nervous or delicate or aggressive. Descriptive lines are lines that are created with a variety of tools, and they can be outlines or contoured lines or single lines or hatching. So we're going to do a bunch of those. I'll first show you some examples. In this example, you see I have drawn in pencil some descriptive lines using some of the shapes that you saw in the paintings that we looked at in class. In those abstract expressionist paintings, we saw forms that look like walls, and they were drawn in perspective, if you remember that. I also have drawn in some leaf patterns, and you can see that here. Those were not in the painting, but I do like that form. So if you have a symbol or a shape that you like, you can go ahead and add it onto this paper as well. What was, however, in the painting was smoke, or the appearance of a curved line that looked like smoke, or the outline of smoke. So we want to put that in and see what that looks like. Let's play around with your composition here. Next, you see I have switched from using a pencil, because we're no longer doing descriptive lines, to we're doing implied lines. So you can see I have a bunch here already, and we're going to add a couple more. Remember that the definition for implied lines said that they indicate indirectly a line or an edge where two shapes meet. So this green shape here, green implied line, and this green thin implied line basically are indicating a space in between here. You can see the shape. And that's essentially what implied lines do. We can put implied lines inside of this shape now. And I'm going to skip a row. We go a little bit shorter to create those lines.